All right, let's talk about overall percentage change. This is a question on your final exam. Not the exact one, but something similar. Your salary went up 20% one year and then it went down, or you lost 14% the next year. What's the overall percentage change? Well, a good guess would be something like 20% minus 14%. So maybe your guess is that you went up 6%. And it's a guess, but it's wrong. And the reason it's wrong is because when you go up 20%, your number is actually bigger and you're losing 14% of a bigger number. So what I want to do on these problems is, as a class, let's choose a number to start with. And let's always start with 100. And 100 is a pretty pathetic salary for the year, but let's just stick with 100. So if I went up 20%, I'm going to go up 20%. And if you're saying, hey, why the heck are you doing that? That is old plus old percent equals new. That's my 100 plus 100 times the percent increase is going to be my new value. Well, what is that going to be? That's going to be 100 times 0.2 is 20. So this is going to be 100 plus 20 gives me 120. And you probably could have reasoned that out yourself. But now, the next year, you're going to take your $120 salary, and now you're going to lose 14%. So I'm going to have a negative 0.14 here. So this is old value from the previous year plus the old value from the previous year times you've decreased 14%. So I'm going to have to throw that in my calculator, and I get a 103.2. So how much has that gone up? Well, I have to take this 103.2 in my original value, and I have to do new minus old over old. Well, this is my new salary, and this is my old salary. So this is going to be 103.2, my new, minus my old of 100, all divided by old. So that's going to clearly give me 3.2 in my numerator. My old is 100. So it's going to give me 3.2 divided by 100. That gives me, bringing the decimal back 2 places, 0.032. And then we have to multiply by 100. And that gives me 3.2%. So you don't get 6% increase, you get 3.2% increase. And that is going up 3.2%. I do want you to note we've got some sort of a pattern here that my answer was 3.2% and this is 3.2 bigger than 100. I wonder if that pattern is going to continue. What do you think? All right, your taxes went up by 5% and then went up by 10% the next year. What's your overall percentage change? Let's start with 100. And then we've got went up 5% is a 0.05. So that's going to give me 100 plus 100 times 0.05. That gives me 105. Hopefully you did that in your head. Now I need to take that 105 and I'm going to go up 10%. So that's going to be a positive 0.10. So what does that give me? Well, I'm just going to plop that right in and I get 115.5. So here's my old, here's my new salary, or taxes, my bad. Let's do new minus old over old. So this is 115.5 minus 100 over 100. Well, that's going to give me a 15.5 divided by 100. That means bring my decimal over 2 places. That's a 0.155. Multiply by 100 and I get 15.5%. So it went up 15.5%. So, you know, this is starting to make me feel like we really do have a pattern that we're just going to take this answer and it went up 15.5%. All right. What would have your guess been maybe before this class? You might have said it went up 15%. which is close, but it actually went up 15.5%. And that's because you're taking 10% of a bigger number here. All right, let's talk about dropping and then going back up. So stock market portfolio dropped to 20% 1 year and then went up 30% the next year. What's your overall percentage change? Again, let's start with 100. We're dropping negative 0.2, that's 20%. That's gonna give us an $80. Now we're gonna take this $80 and now we're gonna go up 30%. Okay, this one I do have to do on my calculator. And I get 104. All right, so let's see if this works. New minus old over new minus old over old. So this is gonna be our new value of 104 minus 100 over 100. All right, that's gonna give me 4 over 100, which is gonna be equal to 0.04. Multiply by 100, and we do get 4% increase. All right. Well, it looks like we're in pretty good shape to say if this is 100 and this is 104, we're up 4%. And guess what? That's why I chose 100 to do this with. All right, let's take a look at this one. Your rating on Snapper Chat went up 10% 1 year and down 22% the next year. What's your overall percentage change? This one feels like we're gonna get an answer that is going to be down. So maybe this pattern won't work with the 100 and the 104. Let's see about that. So starting with a score of 100 and then going up, 100 plus 100 times 0.10. That's gonna give us 110. Then we're gonna have 110 plus a 110 and then a negative 0.22. So that's gonna give me, 1 second folks, I get 85.8. So in a case like this, we can't just simply say it went up by blah, blah, blah percent, but because actually it went down. So this is my old value, this is my new value. So we're going to do new minus old over old. So that's going to be my new, which is 85.8, minus my old, all over my old. So this is going to be 85.8 minus 100, which is a negative 14.2 divided by 100. Okay, that brings my decimal over 2. I get negative 0.142. And multiply by 100, and we get a 14.2%, but this time a decrease, right, because of the negative right there. So it has gone down 14.2%. If you are looking for that trick for this problem, if you have a number that is lower than 100, all you have to do is subtract these two values, and that would get you your decrease. If you don't like these tricks, always just do the new minus old over old and you'll get your correct answer. And the reason this works is because I've chosen 100, which means I'm basically dividing by 100, but then multiplying by 100, which basically reverses everything. Basically, it just brings it back to the start. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great day.